All right. I think I'm getting everything set up. Hey, what's up? JR's Motor and RCs. How's it going, guys? So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a little bit of wrenching on the 71. I don't know how far we're going to get, but what we got going on is we're putting the 71 back in, the 71 Supreme back in the Punisher, and I got the open differential installed, the IRC differential that I unbagged or unboxed here not too long ago. So that's what we're going to do here. And the first thing we got to do to the 71 Supreme is we got some work to do on this clutch, because when I had it in the Vesla, I think all four of these bolts ended up backing out, and so my clutch bell was like walked off to the side. That's ultimately what was going on. There's a lot of issues going on with that, but my clutch bell walked off to the side, and it stretched out one of my springs real bad, and the other one isn't too bad. So what we got to do is we got to remove this clutch, and I got a couple more springs we got to install in it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Like I said, I don't know how far we're going to get because some of this is time consuming, especially the part that I'm about to show you. So I don't use piston stops in my RC cars. Yo, what's up, KGM? What's up, Kyle? But I do not use piston stops in my engine. Ever since I got my Taylor RC engines, I always go through the manual, and ever since I went through the manual, I use this stuff. And what I do is I stuff a bunch of this masonry cord in the combustion chamber and stop it that way, because it says right on there that it could cause damage, and I just don't want to risk it. So first of all, we're going to pull out the spark plug. And let me get this TV turning closer to where I can see you guys' comments. Get some stuff out of the way over here. There, I can see you guys' comments better. So first thing we're going to do, pull out the spark plug. There we go. And I'll show you guys a picture of the spark plug. That is, or a view of it, but that's good. That's the condition she's running in with that 28 millimeter carburetor on it. So, I mean, it could be leaned out a little bit even yet, but I mean, right now I feel like it's running pretty optimal. And then I say in my videos, you know, the way I know that is because it becomes unmanageable, especially with that locker. Yeah, that's right, Kyle. Piston stops are no good. So what we're going to do is we're going to get my flashlight and see where the piston is. It actually looks like it's in a relatively good spot to start stuffing stuff in. Because you want, when you're doing this, you want your piston pretty close to top dead center. That way it can, you know, there's room for it to smash this stuff. So I just unwind some. And stuff it in. And you'll know when you're getting close because it'll get hard to stuff this stuff in. And like I said, I'm using Mason line, which is, I don't know, it's stuff to use, tie around stakes and stuff when you're doing forms and stuff. That's what we did when I was pouring concrete anyways. Hey, what's up, John? So we're just keep feeding it in here, feeding it in here, feeding it in here. And we need to unravel some more. this is, I guess, one of the most tedious parts of doing this, because the string, after a while, the string starts wanting to bind, or not bind up, but it starts wanting to back out and curly Q on you. So you just got to have a little bit of patience. If you hear some screaming outside, that's my kids playing on the trampoline. They got a friend over, so they get kind of wild, I guess. You didn't? Yeah, I got the Taylor tool with my engine. It's right there. I suppose you could. Hey, what's up, Dakota? I suppose you could use that tool to lock up the engine on the other side with the flywheel or whatever. Because I believe it's been a long time since I've had the starter off this, but I believe there's some spots on the flywheel you can screw in and keep the engine from rotating that way. I just I'm gonna take my time and stuff this stuff in here. Usually takes, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet to get a good engine stop, and that's all you're looking for here. Is you're basically making an engine stop out of strings instead of steel, which is better. I think we're getting pretty close being full of string. Get my hands out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just stuffing the string in with this screwdriver. Just trying to get as much in there as I can. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, we got it stopped. Your way is good. I have done this chainsaw to change. Yeah. Yeah, and then what I do on my smaller Rovens, or my Roven engines, with just the composite clutch, I'll just take my channel locks, because it sticks out from the clutch housing a little bit. I'll just take my channel locks and lock it up that way. I kind of tend to treat them clutches a little bit more crudely. But let's see, now we're looking for 5 millimeter. Perfect. Oh man, that clutch bolt was loose. I think this one's going to be too. Yeah, this is loose too. Oh no. Hope we don't run into any issues. Oh, and you can see where something was beating on this bolt. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera. Something was beating on that bolt. I don't know if I'm going to be... You guys are going to get the better angle that way. Okay. Now... Whoops. I already had some... Here we go. Hopefully this is a little bit faster. Get everything off, I'll inspect everything and make sure everything's still good. Okay. Yeah, them washers are a little chewed up, actually. But that's what we're after right there. That's why we're doing this whole thing. And I'm probably going to have to take the clutch apart to get the springs out. There we go. Okay. Now we'll come over here. And judging by the looks of the clutch and the springs that came off there, it got really, really hot when I had it in the Vesla. It's really actually a good thing that the transmission gave way and it locked up. Yeah, you can see where the clutch bell is right on the bottom of my clutch housing. Good thing it didn't mess it up too bad. I mean, it didn't mess it up really at all. So as far as looking at it, the fans probably got a little bit of, I guess, marks on it because that clutch was loose on there. But I'm thinking that those washers are going to be all right. I might have some here, some extra ones. Pretty sure they're just, no, they're not the standard clutch washers. And I'm not going to risk doing anything stupid, but I am going to rerun that washer. So I am going to I don't know how well you guys can see that, but I am going to rerun that. As long as the thickness is there, I think it'll be all right. We'll find out, I suppose. So what we got for, what's up, Lotus 420? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I got to do this off camera because I don't want to be moving the camera around a bunch. But I'm gonna take this over to my vise and I'm gonna squeeze it the way my fingers are, and it's gonna pop everything in place. You'll see when I get back what I'm talking about. Okay. And there we have our clutch springs installed. Like I said, guys, I just put it in the vise and squeezed it on both sides of here. And then here's an extra one that I have up on the shelf. And I might actually run this one and then put this one. I don't know, I might. Decisions. What do I do? What do I do, guys? Run this one, the one I just put springs in, or run this old one? I'm waiting for somebody to comment. See what you guys got going on. I'll wait for the video to catch up and all that stuff. So, yeah, they're the same. Put the old one on. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, they both got, I mean, they're both pretty much brand new. So I got a brand new clutch When the springs broke on this one, run the freshie. All right. So, yeah, I don't necessarily like the looks of them washers. I think it's going to be all right. I mean, where's the other clutch bolt? Got that. Put our screw or our washers on this side. Then we need our Loctite. Shake this up. And I'm just using blue thread lock. I don't know how well you can see that, guys. Ooh. Got plenty on that one. Almost too much. There we go. I want to put, I don't want to put too much on it, but I want to put enough on it. So, yeah, I'm probably going to have to loosen my starter so the piston can go the other way because the starter's catching. Yeah, because what will happen if you try to turn the engine over the other way, the starter catches, and you'll unspring your springs, or it's just really risky, and you can really screw up your starter doing it. So that's why I'm removing this. It's easy enough to do. So. Now this should allow the engine to rotate the other way and lock, and it did. There we go. Sometimes it can be kind of tricky to get the those clutch bolts have a shoulder on them. I don't have one handy to show you, but sometimes it can be tricky to get the clutch over the shoulder of both bolts. There it went. Okay. Now, click. Click. All right. We got the new clutch on. I mean, I could have got this out and, you know, I got my torque wrench, but being a technician for as many years as I was before I got disabled, I could just feel that amount. And, you know, I know how tight the clutch should be and I could just feel it. So that's why, you know, that's why I just did it by hand, if anybody's wondering. So now we got the clutch installed. So I'm going to have to switch gears and put you guys up here where you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing up here. So, because it's time to put the engine in. So I'm going to move you guys up here. See how well this will work. Let's see. I mean, that's going to be probably the good as angle as any. So let's see how much string we stuffed in. I don't know, about 4 foot. So wind this stuff back up. And then we need to put our plug back in, wherever I put it. Here it is, found it. I'll be up there in just a second, guys. I'm still kind of over here messing around. I guess you guys can still see me. I'll leave the plug wire disconnected, and then we'll set this up in here like so. Like that. There we go. So I can get those bolts started. Okay. Okay, let's see how everything's looking. It's looking good so far. So first things first, before I forget, we need to, before I forget, I guess I'm not going to forget that, but I'm going to go ahead and put it back on for aesthetic purposes. Oops. Yeah, actually, since I have this, since I have the cover off, let's look at that fly. Yeah, so I could have used the flywheel tool, or not. Yeah, it's flywheel tool, the clutch connector tool. It's all that in one. I could have used this and put bolts in through here and put a pry bar in between the bolts and then lock the flywheel that way. I think that's what KGM or Kyle was getting at. So back with this. And I'm also going to sit here and mention this stuff too. I don't know if anybody's been around one of these Taylor engines, but there's no fan on this flywheel. All this is exactly exactly what it is. It's a flywheel that helps the engine keep rotating in between power strokes. So it's basically a big machine balanced steel disc that's pressed on the crankshaft. There's no fan on it. So the only cooling these things get is on the fins as you're going across an open field. But I mean, if you don't have open space, I usually, if I'm going to do a rip in the backyard or something, I usually try not to go over 5, 6, 7 minutes. Anything more than that, she's going to get pretty toasty on you. So, I mean, I guess that's just what I do. And then I've been getting a lot of comments here lately, you know. Well, I'll post a video and people ask me what mixture of oil fuel ratio that I use, and actually somebody asked me that in my last live, and what oil I use. I use Motul 800. I still haven't got over to my dirt bike shop to get any of that, and then I use VP C12 mixed with Motul 800 at 25-1, and that's what I run. And that's when I first got my 40, I asked Mike what he recommended, and he gave me a bunch of oils, but he said Motul 800 is the bomb with VPC 12, and so that's what I run in all my machines. I have super high confidence in Mike, and I know he knows what he's talking about. He's been around this stuff for a long time. I mean, I don't mean to tell his story or anything, but he came from racing dirt bikes and stuff, so he knows what he's doing around this stuff. So let's see, we got and I'm not gonna Loctite any of this stuff in, guys. I'm gonna mount everything, and then what I'll do is I'll pull the fasteners one by one and throw Loctite on them. Because what happens is if you throw Loctite on it, and then you got to take something apart, then it's a pain in the ace to get off. You know, I kind of made that mistake with the Vesla when I put the 71 in it. I Loctited all the transmission bolts, and if anybody watched my last live, I played trying to get them transmission bolts out. I mean, it was. Did I have to drill? Or no, maybe it wasn't my live. I can't remember exactly what it was. Maybe it was just me out here wrenching in the shop. I don't know. But anyways, I had to drill. Yeah, I know I had to drill two of the 6 transmission bolts out of the chassis on the Vesla. And we're just gonna put everything loose on the engine for now so I can get that last bolt in. Switch over to my 3mm. It's a little bit easier on my fingers than that Allen key all the time. Oh, that bolt's a little. That was too long. I thought I was running a longer bolt in this front mount, but I guess not. There we go. How's the comment section going? Like I said in the last live, guys, don't think I'm ignoring you. I got my back to my TV. I can't see the comments, and it's just the way it rolls, I guess, when I'm trying to wrench and go live. It's just not only that, but I have my brain injury doesn't allow me to. I'm not a very good multitasker, is what I'm saying. Okay. Get everything snugged down. There we go. So we got the engine mounted in, and let's see the next thing, clutch bell and clutch carrier. Yeah. Just not that much. Just not enough room. Okay, so another reason, this is a perfect example right here of why you shouldn't Loctite stuff going together until you're ready. Because I got to loosen the transmission to get this clutch bell in. Because this, I still got that bolt over there I didn't take out, and I'm not gonna because I can wiggle everything in. So. Gotta take the bulkhead loose too. Forgot. It's kind of all connected together, intertwined. There we go. I bet that'll work. There we go. Okay. And the first bolt we're going to put in is this. There we go. Oh, and another thing I wanted to mention. This bolt right here, when it backed out, I almost screwed up the case to the 71 because it nearly took all the threads out of this hole. I actually had to go to my parts house to get a tap to clean up the threads so I could get a bolt in it. It screwed up like the first, I don't know, 3 or 4 threads. You couldn't get a bolt started in it once I took it out. So so this is going to be next. Okay. 4 mil. How many people do we have in here? We got 8 people. Awesome. I'm not looking forward to installing my TX71 next month. Yeah, I can't remember what are you putting that in, Dakota? With my brain injury, it's hard for me to remember all that stuff. I knew you said. Is it going in? You have a raminator? Is it going in your raminator? Oh, yeah, the primal grave digger. Okay, gotcha. So it's like a raminator, but it's a grave digger is what it is. From Primal RC. forward. A little more. So, and then, I mean, I suppose I could wait till we get there, but I'm not going to tighten it. Whoa! Oh! About lost it. Anyways, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. What we're going to do, I'll be going back with, let's see, 27, 47 gears. So it'll be a tooth shorter than the vessel was. Besides, the vessel wasn't getting any traction. I mean, when I did have it running. But it was amazing to see the amount of wheel speed that sucker had. I mean, it had some wheel speed, I'm telling you. To be able to wheelie with those tires that have absolutely no traction. And then after I got done running it, I went outside, or I went out to the yard and I was looking around at well, all the places that I had gone through the yard, and oh my goodness, it was just like somebody had run a pizza cutter through the yard. Those tires ballooned so much. What I'm trying to say is where they pulled the dirt or the grass out of the ground, the tracks were only like this wide. I thought that was funnier than crap. So yeah, the next bolt would be that one, and it's not in my stash of bolts that I removed. We can always rob it out of the Taylor, well, the old rooster machine bag. But that's the fastener I was missing. It goes down here. Now, I think the clutch carrier bolts I should probably go ahead and Loctite, because I don't think I'm going to need to take them back out. So what I'll do is size. I'll start with this one. Okay. Actually, I don't want to put too much on it. So I'll pull this one out and put some of it on here too, because this bolt is kind of a different bolt as well, guys. I'll just keep it there because I'm going to want to put some more Loctite on that. Yeah, you see how the head is shorter? I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but the reason it's shorter and it's a slim head design is because it has to be that way for the IRC brakes. Am I missing any comments? I'm trying to do my best to keep up with the comments, guys. But sitting here wrenching with my back to the TV and can't really see what's going on my phone. Okay. All right. Okay. Switch over to a 4mm. Okay, we got that done. So I imagine we can go down here and cinch the transmission back down and bulkhead. I'm just gonna go, just gonna go snug with them. Cause I depending on what wheelie bar I go with, I'm gonna have to pull all these out anyways. If I go with the bebop style, I kind of redesigned the holes on my bebop style. It's only got 4 holes it connects with, and it's these front bulkhead bolts and these back bulkhead bolts. It does not connect to the transmission bolts. And the reason it doesn't connect to the transmission bolts is because I didn't want the transmission bolts being sandwiched between plastic, because I felt like they needed to be mounted solid to something solid, bottom out, like on aluminum or something instead of plastic. So the transmission is all bolted in. There must just be a lot of Loctite in that hole. Okay, we don't need to go nuts with it. Okay. And I did want to mention this. I got the differential put in there in that 2 million. It's gonna be pretty sweet to see what it's like. So we'll just throw this in here. Actually, do this. Okay. So that's weird. It's like the top plate sprung. Yeah, it's like it's sprung. Like, oh shoot, it's broken. Well, well, that means we're gonna have to use this bad boy, and I am gonna have to get that screw out now because we got to replace the top plate. It's broken right here, guys. I don't know if you've seen that or if you guys can see it, but it's broken right there. And that is not going to last long. It's actually kind of cracked up here. Yeah, it's cracked up front too. Well, better to find it now than have it fail. Yeah, oh no, Kyle is right. I mean, I think these are, I can't remember how much they are. They're like 60, 80 bucks. But yeah, I'm just glad I have another one to put on. So, I guess I'll get my drill and we'll start drilling this screw, because I'm not going to get it out without drilling it. And sorry if I duck in front of the camera, guys. I'm just getting tools organized. Is that going to be long enough? A quarter? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we can tear up. Yeah. I guess that's going to have to work. Good. That's all it takes. You just drill it out enough. You don't go any farther than that, or you're going to wish you didn't. So to speak. Okay. There we go. Ooh, that baby's still not loose. Well, let me get this small vice grips on the job. And we'll back this baby out. Oh yeah, she's coming out. Easy. In fact, I might not be able to turn it out. Pliers. Oh. You gotta watch these fins, they'll cut the crap out of you. Just a slow process. You guys gotta have patience. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to get it with my fingers. Yeah, if you order through Mike, you will get it faster. I will guarantee you that. Everything, it seems like everything I get from him comes in 3 or 4 days, and that's from the UK. So the last thing I got from him actually was those Kraken hardened gears for the Vesla, and I ordered them like on a Sunday evening, and they were at my house by Wednesday morning. So just a long-winded one. I remember this one too. It is a longer bolt than all the other ones. There she's coming out. There, I can screw it out with my hands. There we go. There's the culprit. So now we could throw this. I wondered why that felt like it was sprung like that. See, this one, it's all flat. I don't know what happened to that other one, but that other one is all sprung. This one's sitting flat, guys. Mike, got me. Yeah, that is fucking service, man. I mean, that's fast. And then when I got my Taylor 35, I had an issue with the flywheel. The flywheel, I don't think the taper was right on the flywheel or the crankshaft or whatever. The tapers didn't line up, and so my flywheel kept coming loose. And so I told Mike I was having an issue with it. And this is when they first came out. And he sent me a label through email to print. I printed that, boxed that engine up, sent it to him, and I had it back. What was it that I sent it out to him? I waited, and I had it back I waited a day and then had it back the next day. So I mean, he's super fast with shipping. So, oh, and while I got everybody in here, I don't know how many people are in here. There's still 8 people in here. I am back on Facebook, guys, and I did create a new group. What is it called? Kraken RC. It's Taylor RC, Kraken RC. I can't remember all of them, but it starts out Taylor RC, Kraken RC, Rovin RC. It's whatever performance group, and if you're interested in stuff, I think I just made the group this week, and then I started inviting people last night, and I think last I checked, it's got 10 people in it. So if you want to check that out, look it up on Facebook, search in groups, and search up Taylor RC, Kraken RC. I think it's Rovin RC. It's got a whole bunch of RC. Losi's in there. HPI. Maybe that's what it is. It's that's what it is. It's Kraken RC, or Taylor RC, Kraken RC, HPI RC, Rovin RC, and Losi RC Performance Group. So it's kind of a long title or whatever, but anyways, that's my new group. And I don't know, since I did get I got a crap load of subscribers since I guess since I got back on Facebook. But the reason I had to get off Facebook is somehow through my PlayStation account, my Facebook stuff got hacked. So anyways, we'll go ahead and throw this gear plate on. Need to quit rambling so much and get to wrenching. See, I'm running into issues. I suppose I'll just grab some more out of the 35 bag of bolts. There we go. Got two screws here. And I'm not going to Loctite these right yet because I'm not going to put any gears on it or nothing. Right. Let's see. All right. We're almost there. That. Well, it really surprises me because usually when that's why I'm expecting this top brake plate, because usually when that happens, this will break too. But it doesn't seem to be an issue this time. Well, I guess we got to do this. There we go. Got that stuff set in there. And let's get this over here a little bit more so it's not all wobbly, or not as wobbly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch over to an Allen key for this. All right. That one went there, and that one goes there, right? Yep. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't like how there's sideways pressure on the screwdriver when I'm trying to start a bolt in the threads. And what I probably could do even, get my ball in so I can get an angle on it. Okay, let's just got it started. So, well, what we can also do, I can get kind of fancy here. And we can do this. So now I don't have sideways pressure on the bolt and screwdriver. Let's go in. Okay. I don't know if you guys just heard that, but my wife just started up the car. She must be going somewhere. Okay. Well, we don't need one that long. That ought to do. What'll happen is I'll just end up going to Menards or Lowe's or whatever and getting me more fasteners. And I really don't, guys, I really don't. Maybe you guys are a fan of the stainless steel fasteners, but I'm really not a fan of those stainless steel fasteners, because I feel like the hex, anything smaller than 4mm, the hex is always stripping out on them. You know, the hex head, whether it be a socket head or a bevel head or button head. Button heads, I think, are the worst. We would need control arms for that. Okay, so, and clock tower. Okay. Set these aside because I know that's where these go. I will use stainless fasteners in spots like that I guess maybe I want to make look pretty, but I really, as far as, this, how it looks, I would rather it be, staying together and coming apart better than, stripping out heads of bolts and stuff. I know it looks real nice with the stainless fasteners on it, but, and I'm not going to argue with it, but some things are, yeah, I think the next thing we're ready for is the control arms and dog bones. So we're going to start with this side. I don't know, I'm thinking about shimming that up. I thought I had some plastic shims in here. Well, I guess not. Yeah, anyways. Let me check this stuff over here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be too wide or too deep of a shim. Yeah, I really don't have anything to shim it up with, and I didn't have any shims in it before, so I think it's gonna be all right. All right, we'll see you later, Kyle. Have a good weekend, bro. Correct. Okay. I'm gonna put this hinge pin in through this side. Yeah, got too many things in my hands, guys. All right. Yeah, that's the right side. Okay. Push that through. There we go. That'll be a little bit easier. A little bit easier to get it started. Yeah, this is bolt. Ah. Yeah, I think I can go ahead and Loctite these down too. Let's see, 5/16. Okay, we got that one in. Let's see how this side's gonna be. And we're not. No, we're gonna have to put this one in through this side, which is gonna make it kind of a pain in the butt to start, but it's gonna be easier to start than the other side, just because of where it is and all that crap. It's hard to explain unless you're looking at it, but. So, and 5/16 socket. And we want some thread lock. It always does that. It doesn't come out, doesn't come out, doesn't come out, and then all of a sudden, it just pours out. Ah. There. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, the next step would be dog bone and upper hinge pin. Okay, so I know which way. Kind of like that way better. There we go. Then need our upper hinge pin. There we go. Okay. Doesn't seem to matter on that one. And then it was ran. Yeah, that looks like it'll work. So, and what I'm doing, guys, with these dog bones, the reason I'm checking them and stuff like that is because you want to make sure they slide freely in and out of these cups, because if they don't, what'll happen is your suspension during articulation, this is what I mean by articulation or whatever, it will snap off the ends of your dog bones because they'll stick inside these cups. So that's what I was checking for there. And there we go. Just seems like I'm missing parts. Or bolts. Okay. All right. I'm not going to be putting on gears. Okay. Well, that's going to go in there. Dang it. This isn't that hard, but I'm making it hard. There we go. That's that. And all right. Okay. Let's see. Guys, I think that might be just as far as I go on this particular video. I'm getting everything, to where I need to be, to where I got to start making decisions, and then I'm gonna have to buy my new Futaba receiver. That's another thing. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, but I got me a new Futaba receiver, so I can run both machines off my Futaba 3PV, so I can have onboard telemetry, which I really wanted it for the Vesla, so I could have the battery voltage on onboard telemetry, because I was curious to see how the LiPo was different draining than the Nike had. But anyways, what I found out about those LiPos is you can run them, you can get 3 to 4 hours of runtime out of those batteries before you have to charge them. You don't have to charge them every time you run them. So, which that's nice. The LiPos, that's what I'm talking about. So, guys, I'm gonna kind of, in the live stream here, we got the engine put in. I haven't put any Loctite or tightened anything on this side, like I said, what I'll do is I'll take out each individual fastener one at a time, Loctite it, go in and torque it, and that's what I'll do as far as this whole rear section goes. The transmission. I'll start with the transmission, then I'll go to the bulkheads. Then once I get that tightened down, then I'll go over to this side, this brace over here. I'll show you guys it. I'll go over to this brace and this bolt, Loctite that stuff. You don't Loctite these because these goes down into lock washers. And then I'll pull out each one of these bolts one by one and Loctite those. So as far as how we have it, guys, I'm really hoping that this open differential is going to make the Punisher, I guess, more stable when it's riding wheelies. Because I would really love to get back to riding 100-foot wheelies. That'd be awesome. Ride a wheelie for 100 foot is what I'm talking about. So, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream here, and hope everybody has a good weekend. And it was great seeing everybody as much as I could see you and talk to you and hanging out with you guys. So, yeah. Anyways, we will talk to you guys in the next one, guys. We'll see you later.